Hey everybody, Jabman025 here. Today I'm taking a look at my 109th Master Grade, Sazabi Ver. A lot of us saw this kit coming, and I know a lot of people have been asking and waiting for this review, so let's get right to it. Now first off, this is a big kit. You can see that in the box. This is one of the biggest boxes for any Master Grade ever. It is a monster. This is the O box. I kind of would have preferred this style of box with the handle and the cardboard, almost perfect grade style. I'm nitpicking. Either way, it's a huge kit. This has one of the best looking inner frames of any Master Grade ever made. You've got the gray, silvers, you've got blacks. Just a beautiful looking inner frame on this kit, and it's a real fun to build too. And you can see that right off the bat here in the torso. This is a big kit. Adding in the pieces, we have multiple colors of red here. You can see like a cherry red and a hot rod red, and for once it's not pink, it's actually red. And we also have a third color red in form of stickers. These are somewhat similar to the new Gundam stickers from last year. They peel right over the top of the red, but it's kind of translucent, so you get a third color of red, almost a cherry. This is almost pink. The stickers are alright, nothing great, but they help a little bit. The head on this kit is perfect. It's just that simple. This kit's head, this design of this head is absolutely perfect. I couldn't do it better if I designed it myself. Perfect. Looks great. A little bit of lining, a little bit of detailing. They give you water slides, or you can just paint it on there. I use just a green Sharpie for the mono eye like I usually do. But gorgeous. It does have a place for an LED. It is not included. You have to buy that separate, or if you already have one. Fits right in there. Very easy to take in and out. The new Gundam was a real pain in the butt to switch it out if you wanted to put it in there. Sazabi, no problem. Pop it out, turn it on, pop it back in, no issues. Probably won't have the mono eye lit up, but whatever. Shoulders. More stickers here. This sticker in particular is a bit of a pain because it doesn't want to line up absolutely perfectly. So you see a little bit of, bubbling and overlapping. Not a big deal, but it's kind of aggravating. Lots of lining on this kit, so bust out that Real Touch. You do not have to do a lot of painting. It looks like you do. There is one place, which I'll talk about in a bit. This forearm, I love the way this looks with the silver underneath and little gray parts peeking through. Again, just beautiful inner frame on this kit, and luckily the armor on top doesn't hide everything. We have new hands on this kit. They are very similar to 3.0 hands. I'm going to call them 3.1. Slight redesign. A little more human looking, less robot looking, just a little bit. And they're a lot looser. The original 3.0 were really tight and tough to get loose. No problem here. Let them loose, let them roll. Top half of the kit all done. Said it before, I'll say it again. It's a big kit. You can tell already it is going to be a really big kit when it's all said and done. It's also a heavy kit, and this is where I got worried. Can this ever get on an action base? I'll talk about that in a bit. One thing I forgot, these binders here on the shoulders, if you remember back in the original Sazabi, these things basically just laid there. They never stood up. 2 polycaps now, we're good to go. You also see I went ahead and did the water slide decals now. It's Ver. There's lots of water slide. They do give you lots of good water slide, though. They look really nice. Pinstriping. Reminds me of Sinanju a little bit, but Sinanju got a little NASCAR on decals. So many of them run right after the other after the other. This spreads it out a little bit more. Granted, Sazabi is a bigger kit. And the bottom half. Giant monster feet, giant monster legs. It is just ridiculously big. And once again, this looks really good. Back skirt armor, huge back skirt armor. But you kind of expect that with Sazabi. You expect a big, honking lower half. Lots of detail though. You can see parts of the frame peeking through. Just a beautiful, beautiful kit. And again, lots of pinstriping. And yes, that's kind of difficult even if you are good at water slide. That takes a good amount of time to get just right. But it does look really nice when all is said and done. Now we get on the backpack with the funnels and the propellant tanks. A little bit more decaling here, not as much on the back. This does make it a little back heavy. It doesn't seem that heavy, but apparently that's just enough to tip it over. I think it has more to do with the back skirt arm than anything, but I think the backpack is the straw that broke the camel's back, or Sazabi's back in this case. But it's not bad. You can reposition. Lots of movement out of it, up, down, propellant tanks run a ball joint, go wherever you please. As with the original Sazabi, you can take out the individual funnels and position them, but I will warn you, these funnels are very, very, very particular when you build them. You have to follow a very specific set of instructions. You just can't willy-nilly these, putting them together. I know, I tried. I just, okay, let's slap them together. Couldn't make sense of it. Take your time when building these. You got to build 6 of them, and they're very detail-oriented. Probably a little overkill, truthfully, but still looks nice. Now, posing this guy. The original Sazabi was a brick kit. He stood there. He didn't do anything. Here, the arms, the shoulders, everything on the upper half, you can pose anything you want. The hips are variable, and you can get a little bit of posing at them, but the feet are so big and heavy, this kit wants to do the splits a lot. So truthfully, I expect people, when they get this kit, they're going to have them standing there in a pose. Not a lot of action poses with the knees and the hips, just because it's so awkward to pose with, and he always wants to do the splits, so his legs are so heavy. Now, I'm going to start on one accessory, the shield. There's one word for the shield. Awesome. I mean, just look at it. That is just look at it. Can you tell I like the shield? It's a really great shield. The detail on this thing, the decal is set up perfect. Just wonderful. There is one piece of painting you have to do here. See that bottom section of red there? Those gray lines are not included. Everything else on the shield, those gray lines are already there for you. That gray section on the bottom of the shield you have to paint. Backside of the shield looks great too. Got the missiles down below. And you got the plug there, which will connect into the arm and into the shoulder. And the shoulder doesn't work very well. The arm works great. You can see it hold it up just fine. The arm is plenty strong enough to hold it just about any direction. It does not pivot, unfortunately, but you're probably not going to be doing that much anyway. But yeah, perfect setup. Some size comparison now. Next to the new Gundam. New Gundam, you can get in the air. This kit, you're probably not going to get in the air. It does say you can attach something to the backpack that'll get this airborne, but I'm just terrified to do that. This kit is so heavy. No, I'm not putting him in the air. He's going to fall over. In terms of raw size, next to the big EXX, somebody requested this. EXS still a tiny bit bigger, but it isn't exactly a leaping win. Sazabi is a big kit. And you can see EXS, if you got him on the ground, he'd still be, half an inch taller maybe, but still, Sazabi's a monster. And compared next to the original Sazabi, this is kind of sad. I mean, I was willing to overlook some of the original Sazabi's flaws. It's like, this ain't so bad here, this ain't so bad there. Now that you compare him with the Sazabi Ver, yeah, it really is that bad. I mean, the proportions are all screwed up on the original Sazabi. It's just Elephant Man screwed up. It's bad. This is what I call a kit killer. There is no reason to ever buy the original Sazabi ever again. Bandai, if you're listening, and I know you're not, you can stop making the original Sazabi. Nobody's ever going to want it again because we get the Sazabi Ver. It's a kit killer. Original Sazabi, you've done your job well. Have a nice retirement. We never need to see you again. Now, more accessories. We got the beam saber with the yellow... Oh, for Pete's sakes, it's still green. Yeah, so you get green effect parts. It's one of my old pet peeves that they didn't give us yellow like they saw in the animated movie. However, this is the exact same beam effect part set as the Sinanju. So if it really bugs you, you can swap them out since they're the exact same thing. Green to yellow. Again, your choice. It's not that big of a deal, truthfully, for me, but it is just kind of a pet peeve. Really, would it kill you to give us yellow? You do have a slot here you can put the beam sabers or beam saber handles into the wrist, and you can actually attach it kind of unicorn style to get the blades out. That's a nice way to get the handles out as well. You got the beam axe, and once again, gorgeous looking. It's so much better than the original beam axe. Just beautiful. Hints of Sinanju, but not a dead copy of it. Out on the beam effect parts, kind of looks like a fan, doesn't it? It's a hot summer day and Sazabi's fanning me. Weird looking. But if you want, you can switch it up to the long blades. Now here we do run into a bit of a problem. I told you the arm is super strong. The wrist ain't. The hand will pop out occasionally, and this is kind of heavy, and it does hamper things, and will pop out the wrist occasionally. It's not a huge deal, but there is a problem here. You can split them up, individual axes. Now it's not heavy, no problem whatsoever. And no problem holding them because it has the 3.0 plug and attachment method, which is super strong, never drops them. They also give you an attachment to put them back to back, Darth Maul style, and you have two different blades going opposite directions. And that looks really nice too. You can attach said axe into the shield and it lines up perfectly. Unlike Sananju, however, you cannot attach the beam effect parts while in there. It's just too deep in the shield. Beam rifle. Improved version of the original Sananju's beam rifle. Still has the shotgun action. Still has the red cord. Still looks really nice. Also with this gun, it can hold it. The original Sananju couldn't hold this gun worth its salt. Here, no problem. You can get lots of nice action poses. Holding it straight out is a little awkward just because it's so friggin' big, but tuck it under the arm. You can point it at anything you like. Looks really nice. Good weapon. Good accessory. I really like the way this kit looks holding that gun. They also give you a beam long rifle. We haven't seen this before, or at least with the original Sananju. This is a little bit different as it's exceedingly awkward to hold. Getting it lined up just so the wrist will pop in there, and like I said, the wrist is already a little weak on this kit. It's frustrating. It took me a long time to get this pose right. And quite frankly, if I tapped on that gun, it'd fall out of its hand. It's just a real pain in the butt on this particular one. The problem is not really the connection. It's so awkward just to pose and get it in just the right spot. However, you can hold it by the handle. There's lots of pictures showing this. I think, there's no way that's going to work. Nope, it works fine. Doesn't really hook into anything. Just the hand literally wrapping around the handle and it holds it fine. The last thing they give you for this particular is the transformation. This transforms into what I like to call 3 times faster mode. The parts open up. You can see more inner frame. You can see more thrusters, more vents, just to make this thing move faster. I thought the transformation was going to be easy, and in some points it was, some points it weren't. The shoulders in particular are really tricky to transform. And to be quite honest, I'm not a huge fan of this look. I think the kit looks better the other way. You can see the skirt arm opening up and whatnot, but it's nice if you like it. I don't particularly like it. I'll keep them posed the other way. Final thoughts on this kit. I'm not going to keep you waiting, guys. This is the 2013 Master Grade Kit of the Year. In terms of plain old looks, how does the kit look? This is probably the best Master Grade ever made. The detail is off the charts. The proportions, perfect. The colors, great. Accessories, looks beautiful. Decals, well done. I mean, I have no complaints about how the kit looks. None at all. You just can't beat this look. It looks gorgeous. Now, it's a little awkward to pose. Kind of expected that with as big a kit as it is. It's heavy as sin, so I'm not willing to put it on a action base. The wrists are kind of weak, and the shoulders are kind of wonky when it comes to the transformation. But like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the transformation in the first place. Regardless, Kit of the Year. Buy it. You won't regret it. The end. Thumbs up. Well, again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it informative. If you got any questions, ask them. I'll answer the best I can. Please stay tuned for more. I will have my Master Grade Kit of the Year video up shortly, so stay tuned for that. And as always, thanks a lot, guys. See you next time. Oh, and one more thing. Casaval von Daikun, the leader of Zeon, will take our people to a higher place by dropping a rock on Earth. Wait, what?